Hey Scrappy friends, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for joining me today. Today we're going to play with Hip Kit Club September 2025 kit. October 2025 has landed in the country. I'm just waiting for it to be delivered. We are also working with an Alison Davis sketch that she's done for Scrapbooking and Cards Today. It's this one. Make sure that's in view. Yes, it is. 3 photos of me sitting a night, day 6 of Cornwall. So kind of going out of order just because these are really fun photos and I thought it'd do. I haven't decided on title yet. And I'm going to do some stamping on the background. So those big trees on the background, it's just going to be some mixed media. I have some gessoed backgrounds drying on my project trays over here. I've done about 4 to get ready for, oops, dropped something there, sorry. To get ready for scrapping today. So yeah, I'm going to do some stamping, some mixed media. I've already done a little prep. I'll show you when we get to the desk in regards to what I've prepped already. I thought you used to watch me enough times to using the We Are Memory Keepers frame punch boards. I thought you might be bored of seeing that, so I just made my frame before we started. But yeah, before we get to that, if you're not already a subscriber, please think about hitting that subscribe button. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments what you've enjoyed. And if you're not sure what to say, pop an emoji for the sake of engagement. This is me and Mr. Ding being lovey-dovey on the decking of the caravan. One morning before we went out to St Ives. So yeah, let's see what emojis you can find. That out of the way, let's get scrapping.
So just sharing the sketch there again. It's basically a white base with pattern paper layer in it, and then another layer in it with the big trees on it, and then another layer along the bottom for the title. So what I've decided I'm doing is I am going to gut the background paper. So the background paper I have pre-gessoed. I have covered it in gesso because I'm going to get inky and watery and make a mess. So I covered it all up with gesso before I began. Just going through the September papers here, choosing what I'm going to have as my layer. I do want a layer that's a solid colour. So tone on tone pattern, something like that. I was looking at one of the blues, but I don't have a paper which is one of the blues that is big enough to do a square this size with. So I think I cut it down to 11 by 11. I take an inch off 2 sides, take the branding strip off, and then an inch off side and bottom. I'm now going to gut a 1.25 inch in from the sides for this layer. I actually should have gutted an inch in, and that would have given me still like a 1/2 inch frame to stick the pattern layer to and give me a slightly bigger piece of white. But I'm really happy with how this finishes up, so I'm not really too upset about it. At first I'm like, oh, that's far too small, but when I finish the layer I'm really happy with it, so I'm not really going to get too upset about that. For the blue frame and the yellow piece that I've used to back the frame, they are from the Pocket Life kit from the September Hip Kit Club kit. I can't remember I mentioned I'm using September's Hip Kit Club for this layout. So it's funny because I keep on moving the base where I want it, and then it's like, oh, because it's got a big bit gutted in the middle, the pattern paper moves. This is a 3-inch by 12-inch strip of white pattern paper, the white card even, for the strip where the photos are across the middle, and then I'm just cutting that to 9.5 by I think it's about 1.25 inches for the piece at the bottom that my title's going to sit on. So I've got 3 photos and the layout called for 4, so that's why I've got the frame in place of the framed photo. So to begin with, I was thinking of using 49 and Market, but I wasn't too sure about the blues, so I do pull out Distress Oxides. I get mustard seed, I think it's dry marigold, blueprint sketch, I think, and tumbled glass. Yeah, tumbled glass and blueprint sketch. So I get those 4 colours out, and this is for my stamping on the background. For the stamping, I do use a stamp set that came with the Pocket Life collection as well, and you'll see that in a minute after. Here we go. There we go. So with the stamps from Hip Kit Club with the Pocket Life, they the words in different various fonts, and you can build like sayings and sentiments and you know things on the page or on your pocket cards with them. And so this one, I do really like this stamp set. This background's inspired by a video I watched yesterday morning of Brianna Estrela's. She is on the Hip Kit Club design team, so it's a video that was on the Hip Kit Club YouTube channel, and she was inspired by a Missy Widden technique. Missy Widden always referred to it like you've left your stamping out in the rain. So you're going to stamp your background, and then from there you watercolor over the top, and you'll see that in a minute. I'll get to that shortly. But yeah, so I'm choosing a couple of different phrases and a couple of different fonts to go up the background. I did think I was going to end up not using the broken china, but I do because of how far over the real life comes. So I do end up going back in with broken china. So sorry about that. It's that time of year when I start getting ill all the time, so my throat's really acting up today. So yeah, that's my stamping done. Ends up being too far over to the left after trying to make up for it being so far over the right. So here I am, just water on the ink on the page to begin with, and then just bring in some more in of the smushed ink pad off my mat to add a little bit more colour. If you do this on cardstock that you haven't gessoed, the ink doesn't move about as much. So you do end up with sort of like a ghost of the word in some places. I was a little bit more careful with the dry marigold because I did still want that ghost of a word where you could see some areas, you know, where you can really tell what the word says. I wasn't worried about some areas it got washing out completely, but I did want some areas where you could still tell where it said what it says. So I do actually end up go back in and second generation stamping over some of this, which you'll see in a minute. And I'm also not getting precious about the colours mixing between, which is why I've put like the yellows next to the blues, so we end up with another colour. We end up with that green. So I'm just going to dry this off, and then we'll move on to the next layer of stamping. I decide I want to pick some of it up because it's too much water and pick too much up. Come back in with the heat tool now, and then we'll get back to some stamping. So all dried off, I'm going to come in and I'm going to stamp off once, get my head in the way, line it up over a word that was already there and stamp it. And then I'm just showing here another way is you can watercolour by just wetting the stamp and then stamping. So that's something else that I could have done for that first layer, just showing that. So again, just stamping off, lining it up and stamping down. I'm really sorry about getting my head in shot there. I was just trying to get them lined up where they were. I didn't come back in with the Epic. I think I should have, but I didn't. However, I think it looks okay because of how, the gap from the edge had come too far over anyway when I had stamped it. So second layer of stamping now. I am stamping in each of the colours on its matching colour. The there's another word that completely escapes me of what I put on there, and I now can't read it. One of them says, "Don't forget," and the other one says, "It can't get enough." See, they can't get enough or important stuff. I can't remember. After I've done the words with those word in those bracketed words, I then come in with the little tiny star stamp that's in each of which is in this set, and then again colour, same colour on colour, stamping them randomly. Some are overlapping into the colour next to them, or on the white above or below, and just fill in with stars. It's when Brianna Estrella did this for the Hip Kit Club design team, I just really loved her background. She did it in quadrants rather than columns, and it was just so gorgeous that it just really inspired me for how I was going to do the trees on this sketch. So here we go, coming back in, just putting my wet glue around the inside of the gutted piece of white card and the outside of the pattern paper, just to make sure I get a good bond, because I couldn't put it all the way in the middle because there's no paper there, so just to make sure it's good and stuck. There we go. It's funny because whenever I do that where I'm smoothing something down to stick it, it ends up moving, and I should just eyeball it instead of getting so worried about it being straight and dead center. I really should eyeball it because it still looks fine when I eyeball it. Okay, so we're just sticking these layers together, and then I grab the strip for the bottom for the title to go on top of, and at this point I know I haven't stuck that straight. The reason I know is because when I stick this on and it's straight, there's a bit of the background showing between the bottom of this and the top of the blue pattern paper, so I do end up moving it down 1/4 of an inch or 1/8 of an inch just to make sure that blue paper is well and truly covered. So there we go. I'm just going to add a little bit more glue to the corners to make sure they stick down properly and it's all nice and flat. So once that's all glued and I'm happy, I'm going to stick the photo. So I stick the backing piece to the frame. Like I said, these are from the 6x8 set with 6x8 papers. Has pocket life cards and cutter parts in it. So at this point I'm just having a look at the cutter parts for something to use as a journaling spot. I completely forgot there's some gorgeous journaling spots in the die cut pack, and there's actually one in there that would have been perfect for this, and I completely forgot that I had them. But yeah, I use this piece. I did want the orange, but I've got a smudge on the orange, so I've used the yellow side. And then I'm just going to try and evenly space these out. So they are, no, they're not 1/4 of an inch. Yeah, I think they're 1/4. No, they are 1/8 of an inch, like smaller than the strip. So, it's only a small white border around each of the photos in that frame. So going through the embellishments now, there's the icon pack, and look, there's the journaling spots, and some great journaling spots in this. So I start by putting the big pieces back in the pack and then pulling out the icons that I want to use on the page. So what I'm looking for is a tab to go at the top of that. And then I think, you know what, I'm just going to use the cutter parts. I did think at one point the little washy pieces that are at the top of some of them journaling spots would have been perfect. And then I thought, oh, I'm sure some washy pieces on the cutter parts, but I end up with a label that I like on the cutter parts. Cutting one of them out from there, and yeah, so I use this label here, this green label, and add that to the top of my journaling spot. There we go. And then I'm going to go through the puffies. I'm figuring out what day it is. It was day 6, so it's Friday. And then I remembered the Cure song. So I'm talking here about the Cure song. And I can't remember the lyrics. All I remember it from it is Friday, I'm in love. And then that was it. That was my title. So this was day 6 of the holiday, which made it Friday. So yeah, the Friday label from that pack made, inspired the title of the layout. Can't remember what was that Cure song. Um, so it was. So anyway, it doesn't matter. Oh, it was actually the song's called Friday I'm in Love. It's not just what they sang for Friday. It's actually the name of the song. So yeah, it was a fun title born out of the fact that I wanted to use that Friday puffy sticker. So just moving the title over a little bit, make sure I'm happy with the spacing, and move it over again, and it gets moved again when I glue it. And the Friday is going to move in a little bit. Still want it overlapping off the edge of the blue paper, but I'm happy with it there. So die cuts and then some puffies. And of course, need to have 3. I've got a puffy sticker on there and I need 3 puffy stickers. So I end up with, I actually end up with one of the little paper clips. So I leave that colour wheel there and one of the bulldog clips on the label on the top of the journaling spot. I'm going to pop the date on that label, and then the journal is just, that we were on the decking before we went out on the Friday. We didn't go out till about lunchtime on the Friday because we were trying to time the day right. So we were leaving St Ives at the time when we needed to go to Trowellard for table we booked at the Meadery up at Trowellard. So yeah, it was about lunchtime at this point anyway. Popping the glue on the back of my hand for doing the letters, and I can't find my tweezers. I've got 2 pairs of tweezers, and every time I don't want them, they are straight in my hands, and every time I want them, I can't find them. So just working out the space in there. For the love, I've put the E and the L down, and then just putting the V and the E evenly spaced between them, and then I do stick the rest of them down. I thought I glued them all, but it doesn't look like I have. There we go. Thanks so much for watching. Some close-ups for you. Have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.